Start. Good morning, children. In our today's class, we are going to learn about India and the landforms of India. In our previous class, we have already learned about the maps and the uses of maps. In today's class, let us learn about India in this entire year, academic year of 4th class. We are going to learn more and more in detail about our country and different things about related to our country. In today's class, let us learn recap about our country. Now we all know that we live in our country and our country's name is India. India is a very big country. It is the 7th largest country in the world and it is located in the southern part of Asian continent. It is the second most populated country in the world. Now based on the earth, our earth has two parts. One is land and another one is water. Now these are the two landforms of India. Earth. Now these landforms are again majorly categorized into three. Those are mountains, plateaus, and plains. Now what are mountains? Mountains are the huge rocks. Mountains are nothing but very huge rocks and which has peak on it. This is called peak. And plateaus are the raised land, same like mountains. Raised lands but flat at the top. Something like this. These are called plateaus. Now coming to plains. Plains are nothing but the flat lands. The flat, fertile lands are called as plains. In this picture you will understand these are mountains, this is a plateau, and these are plains. Mountains, plateaus, and plains. These are the major landforms of the earth. Now try to let us learn about the major landforms, physical divisions. On these basis, on the landforms, on the basis of the landforms, India, our country, India is divided into 6 physical divisions. Now we have come to the topic that is landforms of India. Let us recap one more time. India, where it is located? India is located in southern part. Southern part of Asian continent. Asia is the largest continent and it is located in the southern part of Asia. It is the 7th largest country. It is the 7th largest country and second most populated based on the number of people living in our country. On that basis, it is the second most populated country and the first populated country is China. Populated country. Many people live in this country. We speak different language. We have, our way of life is very different. The way we talk, our language is different, our food habits are different, our dresses are different. One of the reasons is because of the landforms as well as the climatic conditions of the country. Our way of wearing clothes, our clothing style is different. Now try to know more about the landforms of our country. The physical divisions of India are on the basis of physical divisions. The first one is the northern mountains. The mountains which are on the north side, that is on the top side of the country, are called the northern mountains. Second comes the northern plains. The plains, the fertile area of our country which is located in the north part of our country are called the northern plains. Third one are the Great Indian Desert. Fourth one is the only desert located in India is that is Thar Desert. It is also called the Great Indian Desert. The peninsula or the plateau region. Fifth one is the coastal plains. The plateau region, the red land, that which is located in the central part of the India. The coastal plains, the places near to the water bodies which are surrounding India are called coastal plains. And the sixth one are the islands. The islands, the meaning of island is a piece of land or a land which is surrounded by water bodies on the four sides. It's a land and surrounded by water on the four sides. It's called island, and there are two islands, group of islands on the two sides of our country. Those are Andaman and Nicobar Islands and the Laswardi Islands. Now try to let us learn more about it. I try to draw the map of our country. It is not perfect, but we can still try to draw it. Just try to draw V shape. It is not accurate, but we can still just draw, have a drawing. It will just help you to draw properly. Through this picture, we have let us try to learn the physical divisions of our country. Here is Bay of Bengal, a water body. Here is Arabian Sea. And now is Indian Ocean. You know children, one fact, this is the only ocean which is named after a country because it is quite near to the Indian country. That's why this ocean is named as Indian Ocean. Now let us try to know where are these physical divisions located. Now here this is the first physical division. The mountains, the northern mountain, the mountains which are located on the north side of India. Let us have directions on the board. North, south. Top of the map always shows the north direction. Bottom of the map always shows the south direction. Our right hand side is east and our left hand side is west direction. So, the mountains which are located on the north side of our country are called northern mountains. Then comes the second important physical division, that is the northern plains. The northern or the fertile area, the plain, the flat lands which are there in the north side, those are called as northern plains. This is the second part. Then comes the third one is the Great Indian Desert or the third desert. It is located here in the west side. That is in Rajasthan and parts of Gujarat, that is Thar Desert. Then comes the plateau region, this middle part. You can take an example of your stomach. This middle part is coming under plateau region. This is the fourth physical division of our country. Then comes the coastal plains. The places which are near to the water bodies are called coastal areas. So these are the coastal places of our country. The places, the land which is near to Bay of Bengal is the coastal area. The land which is near to the Arabian Sea is the coastal area. This V shape is making the coastal plains. These are called as eastern This coastal plain is in eastern direction, east side. That's why this place is called as eastern coastal plains, and these plains are called as western coastal plains. We will learn about these in more detail in our next class. So these are the coastal plains, and the last one is the islands. The islands which are located in Bay of Bengal are the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and the islands which are group of lands which are located in the Arabian Sea are called Lakshadweep Islands. Andaman and Nicobar Islands are around a group of around 300 islands, and Lakshadweep Islands are a group of around 36 small group of islands. So these were about physical divisions of our country. On this basis, on the physical basis, on the basis of landforms, our country is divided into 6 physical divisions. And surprisingly, our state Telangana, where it comes under the plateau region. Here, we come under the plateau region. It means we are living on a high land, little elevated land, not on high land, little elevated land. This is the map of India's physical map, children. If you see very little closely, you can see here this color is showing the brown and the white, grey, creamy color is showing the mountain regions, and this one green color is showing the fertile plain region. This yellow color plus brown color is showing the plateau region. These are the coastal plains which are near to the water bodies. These are the group of islands here. Here you can see small group of islands, and here Lakshadweep Islands. Here is the desert area, the Great Indian Desert. Okay, children. Now, if we let us try to learn about these northern mountains in little more detail. These northern mountains stretch from the state of Jammu Kashmir, to the parts of Arunachal Pradesh in the east. Now it will cover Jammu Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, parts of West Bengal, Arunachal Pradesh, and it will end in Mizoram. So these northern mountains are on the basis of, there are mountains in the north side. So how these mountains are? These mountains are in the form of row. Row is nothing but the line wise, the way the mountains are arranged. Naturally, they form a range. What do you mean by range? Range means a row of mountains. Now the mountains are formed naturally in the form of rows. So on these basis, the mountains, or we can also say Himalayas. Himalayas, the meaning of Himalayas? Himalayas mean the home of snow. This is the meaning of Himalayas. The mountains which are there in the north side of our country are called the Himalayas. Himalayas mean the home of snow. Now these Himalayan mountains are in the form of range. Range means the row of mountains. So on these basis, these mountains are categorized into three categories. One is the Greater Himalayas. Second one is the Middle Himalayas. And the third one is the very huge mountains. Then comes the middle Himalayas. The greater Himalayas are also called as Himadri. Yes, Himadri. The middle Himalayas are also called as Himachal, and the outer Himalayas are also called as Shivalik. So based on their height, they are categorized into three: the greater Himalayas, the middle Himalayas, and the outer Himalayas. Now the greater Himalayas are very. The greater Himalayan range is the highest range of the three rows of the Himalayas. Mount Everest, the highest mountain peak. Highest mountain peak, Mount Everest. It is the highest mountain peak in the world. It is located in the greater Himalayas only, and as well as Naga Parvat, Annapurna, and Kanchenjunga. These are the other important peaks, highest peaks, which are located in the greater Himalayas. Now these greater Himalayas range are permanent. They are completely covered with snow, and it is extremely cold and difficult to live there. It comprises of thick sheets of ice and snow which moves slowly over the land called glacier. As there is a continuous snowfall, these mountains are completely covered with snow, and due to the heat of the sun, these mountains will melt and they form. Glaciers are nothing but the ice mountains. So they move slowly, and when they melt due to the heat, they flow in the form of river. That's why in this way we get the water. Many important rivers, big rivers of our country originate from here only. Ganga river originates from the glacier of Gangotri. The Yamunotri, from the glaciers of the Yamunotri river, Yamuna originates. And a very important one, the longest river of India, that is Brahmaputra, also originates from the greater Himalayas. Second one is the middle Himalayas. Based on the height, based on their peaks or height, these second mountain ranges, they are these middle Himalayas lies below the greater Himalayas. These mountains are not as high as greater Himalayas, and they are covered with thick vegetation and pine, as well as tea plantations, especially in the states of Assam and Bengal is done here. Many important hill stations such as Shimla, Nainital, Mussoorie, and Darjeeling are some of the important hill stations are located in the middle Himalayan range, that is Himachal. Now comes the outer Himalayas. Outer Himalayas or lower Himalayas, we can say, based on their height. It is also called as Shivalik. So the outer Himalayan range is the lowest of the three rows of Himalayas. The slope of these mountains are covered with thick forest where a variety of wildlife are found, as well as many people live here in the small villages on these mountains. So now what is the necessary? Why are we studying about these mountains? Are they really important to us? Yes, they play a very important role in our country, as well as they indirectly they provide us so many things. Some of the importance of northern plains are they form a natural boundary. Boundary means or a wall. They are a natural wall between India and China. They form a natural boundary between India as well as the Chinese country. Even recently, present we have a few problems with our neighboring country China. That's why our government has banned so many apps of Chinese. The popular one is PUBG as well as TikTok. I think. So these Himalayas form a natural boundary between India as well as China. They do not allow, as they are very high, these mountains, Himalayan mountains, do not allow the cold winds which are coming from the Central Asia. They are a protecting wall for us, which are protecting us from the cold winds which are blowing from the Central Asia to enter in India. There are forests. The forest of Himalayas give us wood, medicine, and so many other things. Even dry foods we get from it. The Himalayas are also known as the home of gods. Many pilgrimage towns such as Haridwar, Rishikesh, Hemkund Sahib and other important places are located in the Himalayas only. So this was about the Himalayas. The main thing is, few important thing is, first one is the meaning of Himalayas we have to learn. That is, Himalayas mean the home of snow. On the basis of the mountain range and on the basis of their height, the Himalayas are divided into three categories. First division is the Greater Himalayas, or we can also say Himadri. Second one is the Middle Himalayas, which is also called as Himachal, and the third one is the Outer or Lesser Himalayas, which is also called as Shivalik. On these Greater Himalayas, many important mountain peaks are located. One of the highest mountain peak, which is Mount Everest, is located in the Greater Himalayas. In the Middle Himalayas, many important hill stations are located, like Shimla, Nainital, Darjeeling. These are the important places located here. On the Outer Himalayas, that is Shivalik, many people live here in small villages and they grow vegetation here. Okay, children? Thank you.